All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another video. So this one is going to be really interesting, especially for us who are fans of Injustice 2, the Injustice franchise. This has been some really good news for the future of this franchise because there hasn't been an Injustice game since 2017. We're almost 10 years in without having a sequel to Injustice 2. And that will change whether it's going to be soon or a little bit later on in the future, which I think it'll be later on. It might actually be 10 years by the time the game comes out, to be honest. But don't adjust your TV, don't adjust your iPad, your phone. This game is that laggy, and I'm about to rage quit right here. This is the only time that I rage quit, when the connection is so bad that I got to leave. But there was a article that came out today talking about the fact that James Gunn, who is pretty much who was given the keys to the whole DC universe, not only with the movies, but also with future TV shows and just everything about DC. He's like the spearhead in trying to revive the DC name and just bring it back to life, right? So he and his partner, who I forgot what the name of, Saffron, something like that. I think that's his last name. They have confirmed that they have actually sat down to have talks about stories, storylines, characters with NetherRealm Studios and with Rocksteady. Now, that is a huge deal because those were the two specified, meaning those are the two that are the most important in their eyes. Obviously, Rocksteady, the only thing I'm going to say, because I want to talk about NetherRealm, because I want to talk about Injustice 3, is I really want a Superman game. Please, Rocksteady, make a Superman game the same way that they make the Batman Arkham games. Please, he deserves it. Superman deserves to have his own open world style, like, video game, like the Arkham games, right? Please. Please. All right, so now let's talk about NetherRealm Studios. By the way, leave a like on the video if you guys would like a Superman, Batman Arkham style game. That would be fucking crazy. I would 100% play that. But for NetherRealm Studios, this is really, really good news for us because even though I thought that they would eventually come back to Injustice 3, the fact that it would be so important to, pretty much the main of DC right now, which is James Gunn, to actually go and talk to NetherRealm Studios about potential ideas, potential, characters, like what they're going to do with some characters and what NetherRealm's ideas are for the story for the next game. That is a huge deal because that means that it's very important to them. So because it's very important to NetherRealm, they're going to try their hardest to make the game the best that it could be. But having that extra support from pretty much like the main spearhead of DC entertainment now, and getting ideas from them and sort of collaborating in that way is super cool. It's really cool that they're showing so much focus to the gaming division of DC because the Injustice storyline was something that was like crazy back in 2013 when they came up with the the asshole Superman storyline, where the Joker just pretty much tricked Superman into doing what he did with Lois Lane, and she was pregnant. Like, come on. Crazy dark storyline that turned into something that a lot of people had always sort of envisioned of, like, man, what would happen if Superman was evil instead of being a good person? And that's what we got in the Injustice storyline, and it carried over to Injustice 2. And they actually left themselves two endings similar to MK11, two endings that they could go for and pick what ending they want to do for the continuation of the story mode. So I'm super excited, but let's go check out the article real quick. There's an interesting quote here. Comicbook.com broke the news today. James Gunn confirms talks with NetherRealm, Rocksteady on new DC games. There's a lot of tidbits here, not too many actual quotes, but this is a direct quote by, what's his name? It says right here, Peter Safran. So this is a quote by Peter Safran. He said, "We work incredibly closely with JB Peretti, who runs the division," talking about that JB guy runs the gaming division of Warner Brothers. "It's really the first time it's ever been this way at Warner Brothers. James and I sit with these guys that run the studios under JB, whether it's NetherRealm, Rocksteady. We sit with them and we talk about characters and stories that we're interested in and that they're interested in." And then this is actually a direct quote from James Gunn. "We see designs for the projects in their very earliest stages," said Gunn. "We talk about those. We talk about what the story might be, and we'll say, well, you might want to go this way because we're planning on maybe doing something with this character." So that just kind of gives you an idea of, the fact that they collaborate on some ideas. They throw ideas around for specific characters that might get highlighted in the future by one of the TV shows or one of the movies. Then NetherRealm could sort of, take that idea and bring it up, maybe give that character some more shine, more spotlight in whatever storyline that they're going to go with. As far as like when we're probably going to see this, as for when we'll actually begin to see the video games in the DCU look like, Gunn confirmed that it will be a couple years from now. So I don't think we should expect Injustice 3 to be the next game, but I definitely think that we should expect Injustice 3 to be the next game after the next game. So I've come out and said that I think that it makes the most sense to have another Mortal Kombat game, just because the CEO of Warner Brothers literally said that Mortal Kombat is going to be a game, one of the franchises that they highlight. Specifically said Mortal Kombat. He did mention the Batman Arkham game, which is probably being worked on at the moment. So that's probably what they collaborated with James Gunn and Rocksteady. Like I said, please, Superman game. But as far as NetherRealm Studios, I still believe that the next game is going to be a Mortal Kombat game. And as much as some people might be like fatigue of Mortal Kombat, I could probably guarantee you that this Mortal Kombat game that will be coming up will be the final Mortal Kombat game in like 4 years, because there is no way that this collaboration is happening. The early stages of concept of the story mode, getting some ideas from like the main dude at DC at the moment and having them come to the studio, talk about it. There's no way that they're not going to make an Injustice 3. They could make another DC type fighting game, but why move away from the franchise that already is established and has a fan base like Injustice, right? It makes no sense. So I definitely think that in the future we will get an Injustice 3. How long will it take? I'm saying that the next Mortal Kombat game is coming out in 2026. So next year, whether it be April, whether it be September. And then after that, I think we're not going to be getting another NetherRealm game until maybe 2028, 29. Sometimes it seems like they're taking like 3 years this time to release a game instead of 2 years, which by that time would be more than 10 years since the release of the last Injustice game. So I'm hoping that whenever they do release the next Injustice game, it just like knocks it out of the park and it just blows everyone's mind. Especially having different ideas, collaborating with these guys. James Gunn has made a bunch of like great movies. Obviously Guardian of the Galaxy is probably what he's been known for the most recently. He wrote the Superman script, which obviously we haven't seen, but the trailer for me looked pretty interesting. We have Crypto the dog in there. That's always a plus. So having some ideas in collaboration with James Gunn, I think is going to be a positive for whatever the next DC game from NetherRealm Studios is going to be. And I'm thinking it's going to be Injustice 3. Now, who knows? They might actually throw us a curveball, or they might throw me a curveball, because the reason I'm also saying that the next game is going to be a Mortal Kombat game is because the Mortal Kombat movie is literally coming out late this year, October 24th, I think, right? Wouldn't it be perfect to continue on the hype with the Mortal Kombat movie coming out, getting a bunch of new Mortal Kombat fans, that have never experienced the franchise before, who might be experiencing it for the first time with the MK movie, and then having a new Mortal Kombat game come out in April, like what, 6 months after that, that would be like perfect. But who knows? Who knows at this point what they're thinking over there? But yeah, this pretty much all but confirms that we are going to be getting an Injustice 3 at some point. And I didn't really need this to confirm for me that we were going to get an Injustice 3, but it is cool thinking about the idea of like James Gunn and Ed Boon talking about the storyline for, what they want to do with the next Injustice game or, DC project that they work on. So, yeah, Injustice 3 is coming. It just probably won't be here until like 2028, 2029. So it feels like a long ways away. I will almost be 40 by that time, guys. Oh my goodness. NetherRealm, please. They should just like release, or they should just like support two games coincide, right? Injustice and Mortal Kombat. But I know that would be like a crazy amount of hard work. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of James Gunn literally sitting down with NetherRealm Studios, talking about characters, talking about story ideas. It's pretty exciting, to be honest. It's going to be interesting to see once the game actually comes out, which are some of the stories or ideas that actually come to life. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.